And I think I've got some other things, some other cats I want to skin, some other things I want to get into.
Well, I mean, what does extended vacation mean?
To quote Stevie Nicks, I think I have to go my own way.
Fast and Loud was a TV show that propelled Richard Rawlings' Gas Monkey Garage to the limelight. When the show premiered in 2012, no one could have predicted it would grow as popular as it was. As the lead mechanic for the Gas Monkey Garage, Aaron Kaufman was influential in that success. He would scour the United States looking for deadbeat cars with potential that could be restored and sold to the highest bidder for profits. Aaron Kaufman, also known as the Bearded Wonder, was not just a traveling mechanic. In 2015, he competed as a racing driver in the Speed Energy Formula Off-Road. In 2017, Aaron announced that he would be taking an extended vacation from the TV show Fast and Loud and the Gas Monkey Garage.
When Aaron says something out loud, it's pretty much the way it's going to be. You're not going to back him up. You're not going to change his mind, even if he's wrong. So he's serious.
A vacation he never returned from until the TV show met its demise in 2020. So join us as we take a look at the life of Aaron Kaufman after Fast and Loud. Aaron was born in Crowley, Texas, to a father who loved cars. Growing up with a father that was an ardent car guy influenced Aaron's path in life. Having to help his father in the garage as he worked triggered Aaron's long life passion for anything that moves on four wheels. Some would say Aaron grew up with the innate ability to take things apart and rebuild them to make them better. But this is a simple case of practice making something perfect. If one does something for long enough, one can become good at anything. Aaron started his passion by taking apart toys and bicycles before he moved to cars. He started with this Jeep Cherokee. The Cherokee was his first victim. Aaron disassembled it and somehow managed to put it back together with astounding precision. After doing this several times, he became quite confident with taking anything apart and putting them back together in a better shape. Aaron's love for fixing things superseded his need for education. Although he absconded from high school midway, he found his way to college, where he specialized in fabrication works. After college, Aaron was still eager to learn the ins and outs of automotive technology. When he got a job at Ford Motor Company, his passion shifted from tinkering and fabricating to building custom cars. Aaron's time at Ford allowed him to work on prototype cars and learn the intricacies of automotive design, but he would leave Ford to work at local garages where he could try his hands at making custom builds. While Aaron's move from Ford Motor Company to a local garage may have been perceived to be a downgrade by all standards, it was at this garage Aaron would meet Richard Rawlings in an encounter that would change his life forever. Richard Rawlings was working in Texas when he visited a garage, asking for the best mechanic to work on his car. The owner recommended Aaron. Upon discovering Aaron at the local garage, Richard Rawlings was impressed with Aaron's skills and asked him to come to work for him. At that time, when Rawlings made this request, Aaron was no longer just a fabricator and tinkerer. He was already a proficient hot rodder and mechanic. But soon, Aaron agreed to work for Rawlings, and together, they nurtured Gas Monkey Garage from its infancy stage to the pinnacle of fame. Richard is ambitious and wants Gas Monkey Garage to grow to be as big as possible. Within a few years of Aaron joining the garage, he was already the head mechanic. But while Aaron worked under Rawlings, he had to endure intense pressure and deal with crazy timelines.
We finally got a plan, and now only have 6 days to build this entire car. If we're gonna make this auction, the build better go smooth, and there better not be any problems.
At one time, he was asked to deliver 12 rebuilds within a span of 24 weeks. This meant that Aaron had to spend more than 110 hours every week to achieve that target. In 2012, when the entire crew at the garage started to feature on the show Fast and Loud, things didn't change. Instead, they went from bad to worse. One time, Aaron had to take part in a filming session just 3 days after he underwent a surgical operation. Well, Aaron isn't one to share much about his personal life, so the producers and cast members didn't know much about his condition, but he shared a close relationship with Richard Rawlings, who did nothing to cut down on Aaron's insane working hours. Things remained unchanged for Aaron at the shop and the show until the fans were brought the shocking news that he would take an extended leave from Gas Monkey Garage and the TV show Fast and Loud. In the 12th season of Fast and Loud, the fans of the show were shocked to hear that Aaron Kaufman would be leaving the series.
The bad news or the bad news?
We don't want any bad news.
Yeah, we get a lot of bad news
Yeah, I
around
know,
here.
right? Aaron got back today. He just came to see me to tell me that he's not coming back. Ever.
At first, Aaron didn't specify that he was leaving the garage for good, but he later opened up to Rawlings saying, "I had some time off, and I think I got some other things, some other cats I want to skin, some other things I want to get into, but there is more behind those words." After having worked together for almost 15 years, Aaron opened up to Rawlings, telling him he had to go his own way. Aaron explained that the last 5 years of working at Gas Monkey Garage have felt like 20 years. Aaron explained that his vacation would be permanent because he's tired of the intense deadlines at Gas Monkey Garage and wants to build cars at his own pace. Sad at Aaron's exit, Rawlings pinned his heart out in a post on the Gas Monkey Garage website saying, "I want you all to know that it was not my decision and came completely out of left field. Aaron has been a part of Gas Monkey Garage since day one, and it will be a painstaking process moving forward without his talents. It's a big hit to GMG, but please note that it would be an insult to everyone here at Gas Monkey who's been putting in the work these past few years to say that we can't do it without him." Now, it's safe to say that Rawlings wasn't so elated at Aaron's exit, but Gas Monkey Garage will carry on in its usual fashion regardless. Sure, Gas Monkey Garage would miss Aaron's impact on the garage, but for the time being, let's get to know what Aaron Kaufman did after leaving the garage in the show. As he embarked on his so-called extended vacation, Aaron's first act was to conquer the summit of Pikes Peak, also known as the Race to the Clouds. The race is an invitational automobile hill climb to the summit of Pikes Peak. Aaron participated in the race in his 500 horsepower 1963 half-Ford Falcon that he already started building while he was still at Gas Monkey Garage. Aaron built this Ford Falcon to race the 100th running of the hill climb to the summit of Pikes Peak. After the race, he sold the Falcon at a Bring a Trailer auction for $65,000 despite having spent $80,000 building it. The Ford Falcon would not be the only car Aaron would build after leaving Fast and Loud, seeing as his main reason for leaving was so he could do his own thing at his own pace. Aaron founded his own company, ArcLight Fabrication. At ArcLight, Aaron gathered a team of like-minded mechanics to focus on building and restoring vintage Ford F100 and F-Series cars. Having garnered a lot of experience, Aaron employed his skills at ArcLight Fabrication. But ArcLight Fabrication was not enough to scratch Aaron's itch, and soon after he established a shop. He returned to being a TV personality, but on his own terms. He started his own show called Shifting Gears with Aaron Kaufman. The show mainly focused on his work as the owner of ArcLight and followed the fabrication processes, manufacture, and supply of aftermarket parts for Ford F100 pickup trucks. Unlike Fast and Loud, Shifting Gears ignored drama among crew members, focusing on restoring and improving the performance of cars. Well, Shifting Gears was quite similar to Fast and Loud because Aaron and his team still went through the same process of scouring the country for different kinds of vehicles. The difference is that they are looking to maximize the performance of these cars and test them in the harshest conditions. Shifting Gears ran for 2 seasons before it ended. No one knows why the show ended, but it's speculated that it may have been Aaron's choice to end the show. Aaron spoke in an interview that he was reluctant to return to TV after Fast and Loud, but he was convinced to return after a Discovery producer pressed him to do the show. Aaron wasn't alright with Shifting Gears and even admitted that the show's schedule affected his personal relationships. However, Shifting Gears was not Aaron's only attempt to become a TV personality again. He tried another show, and this one was called Aaron Needs a Job. The show follows a different path from Shifting Gears, focusing on Aaron as he toured around the United States, meeting people and looking for the opportunity to work on automotive-related projects that are challenging but fascinating. The show ran for its first season, but the second season has not been officially renewed by Discovery Channel. Away from trying to get back into reality TV, Aaron still races. He participated in the Speed Energy Formula Off-Road Series, where he piloted a truck sponsored by Toyo Tires in Costa Mesa, California. He also participated in the Gymkhana 10 Ultimate Slaying Tour. All in all, Aaron is doing quite well after Fast and Loud, with an estimated net worth of $8 million. He's one of the richest auto mechanics in the United States.